Hi, bestie. Welcome back to Girl House. Today, we thought we would do an episode on decentering men. Actually, last ep we recorded, we
Mhm.
someone put in a question for the Q&A about how to decenter men, and then we were like, why don't we just do a whole ep on this? So we cut that part out of that episode because I feel like truly the only way to be happy in life is if you decenter men.
Snaps. Say it louder for the people in the back. Say it louder for us.
Yeah. No, for real.
No, I'm very
Um,
excited to delve in on this.
Yeah. But before we get into that, we'll do our updates. My updates, you're hearing this like 2 weeks early. We're recording early because Celia's going away. But I had quite the tumultuous week. I just need to get a few things off my chest. On Monday or Tuesday, I went to World Market and I bought a lamp. I brought it home. It didn't fit. I go back to World Market, okay, to return the lamp. And it's like 10 minutes before they're closing. And the guy is like, okay, can I see the receipt? I go to grab the receipt out of the bag, and it's like a ceramic and glass lamp. The lamp somehow falls over, knocks, shatters all over the counter. The guy just sighs, looks at me, and then looks to the other coworker in the store. And they're both just looking at each other in complete silence. And I'm like, I don't know what to do here. So I start frantically trying to clean up the glass. I'm just trying to help.
With your
Then
bare
the
hands.
Yeah, I actually do have glass
Oh
still
my.
stuck in my hand from it. Then the woman who finally the silence is broken because the woman's like, "Don't clean that up," and she began to clean it up. Anyway, then they're cleaning it up and it's still completely silent. And the guy just at the register just sighs and walks away. And I'm just like, so now it's just me and the woman who's cleaning the glass. And I'm like, I literally do not know what to do right now. So I just said to the woman, because she was, I don't know, she was giving manager vibes. I feel like she was the
Hmm.
manager.
Were
I don't
there
know.
any like other customer bystanders?
No, because they were about to close. I think that's why they were
Okay.
like so pissed.
Hmm.
I thought it was just going to be like a quick return. Um, and then I was like, well, I'm assuming I can't return this because I broke it. And then she was just like, she paused forever. And then she was like, usually no. And then it's like,
Okay, what about
okay.
this
And it
time?
was just like more silence. And I was like, I don't know what to do here. Then she looks at the guy. The guy comes back over. He takes my receipt, and I'm like apologizing profusely this whole time.
Hmm.
He takes my receipt and he does the return for me. I was able to return the lamp, and then once again, I was like, oh, but this is one of the worst parts. As he's doing the return, the woman cleaning up the lamp falls to the ground now and just shatters all over all over the ground. And she had just said to the guy, like, you can touch the counter now. You're not going to cut up your hands anymore. And they were just like so pissed at me, which like I
So passive aggressive.
understand that they were like annoyed, but obviously like I didn't do it on purpose. And I was like so apologetic. I don't know,
How big was this lamp?
like 10 inches tall.
Okay.
12 inches tall. I don't know.
Uh,
Anyway, like I totally understand being annoyed. I'm not saying they shouldn't have been annoyed. I was in the wrong. I shattered a lamp before closing. But just the silence, like I would have rather they just said like, "Hey, you can't return the lamp. You broke it. I'm sorry." But like
yeah.
anyway, then as I finally do the return, then I'm like, "Thank you so much. Once again, I'm so sorry." And neither of them said anything, just complete silence. And then I just awkwardly walked out of the store. So, yeah, that was embarrassing moment number one of the week. Embarrassing moment number two of the week happened yesterday, which is why we're recording early morning because I'm going to go pick my cousin Vinny. He is visiting for the weekend. We're going to a Too Short concert tonight. I'm very excited. He's just graduated middle school. Anyway, I'm about to pick him up from the airport, so we're trying to record before we go. The whole point being, the reason we did not record last night is because I was trying to grab, I have like this really tall pantry, and I was trying to grab these candlesticks that were on the very top shelf. I couldn't reach them, I couldn't see what I was doing. I was just trying to like pull the box down with my fingertips, and instead of the box coming down, a wooden candle holder that also had like it was a wooden candle holder, and then it had glass, like a glass, like actual, like, you know what I like, that's where you put the candle in.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, um, falls off the shelf directly onto my nose. And
I will say, I thought you would look a lot worse.
I feel like you can't even really tell my nose is swollen from like,
Like, I see a little spot and a little bruising, but I thought it
yeah,
was gonna be like black
no.
eye,
To
like
me, it
whole bruise
feels
situation.
to me it feels so like I can tell it's so swollen because it's my nose, but I
Yeah.
feel like to like the average eye, like
Hmm.
it probably doesn't look that crazy. But anyway, falls on my nose. And then I like literally instantly feel like so nauseous, so dizzy, and my like nose has this huge bump on it and it's bleeding. First I have to clean all the glass up, and then I called my mom. I was like, I literally think I just broke my nose because I've just never felt like it. There was so much pressure, my whole face went numb. And then I was also worried that I got a concussion because like the intense nausea after like this thing
That was my
falling in the
first
middle of
thought.
my face.
Yeah.
And I do think with the way I'm feeling, I have like a mild, mild, mild concussion because I
Mhm.
have such a bad headache today.
Emphasis on mild.
Yeah, like emphasis on mild because I am drinking at the
Yeah.
concert tonight.
She's like, I really want a glass of wine at the
I had a
concert.
glass of wine last night. I deserved it after what happened here. So I wasn't even gonna go do anything about it. I was trying to be
Mm.
nonchalant. I was like, whatever. It's fine. It hurts, but it's fine. But then my mom was like, if your whole face is numb, you should just go to urgent care. And I was like, whatever, there's an urgent care really close. There was no one there. So I was like, this is a quick in and out. But the doctor looks at my nose and said, because of where you hit it, you need to go to the emergency room and get an x-ray. And then I'm like, okay, this is starting to feel really dramatic. And so then I had to drive myself to what was the St. John's, I think it was
St.
called?
John's, yeah.
St. John's, yeah, which is part of UCLA. And just keep in mind, yeah, so there's a lot of students there.
Mhm.
Anyway, which are our age or younger. Okay, I just need to point that out. I go
Mhm.
in, I'm already just feeling like uncomfortable because I'm like, I just feel like I shouldn't be in the ER. Like my nose, like it didn't even like hurt. My whole face was just numb. I just felt like it was like inappropriate for me to even be
Yes,
there.
but arguably, where else would you go? And the urgent care guy did tell you to go there.
I know. I just felt
So that's
like
like the one thing you have that makes you like, there's nowhere else you could have gone.
I know. I just felt, yeah. I should have just gone home. But anyway, I checked in. I'm waiting. They like take my blood pressure and everything. Well, they always do, the doctor. It just it felt dramatic. They gave me some ice for my nose, and then I got taken. This just felt really dramatic. So first they take me back, and I'm talking to like a nurse that's our age, and she's like testing me to see if I have a concussion. She's like, "You might have a mild concussion." She was like, I don't think you need a CT scan. And I was like, I wasn't asking
Oh
for
my
a
God.
CT scan. Like, I wouldn't, what? Even when I got like a legit concussion, I didn't get a CT. I don't, anyway, so then I'm feeling embarrassed that she thinks that I maybe wanted a CT scan. Cause at this point, I feel
Yeah.
like everyone's probably like, why is she here? Cause I'm not,
They probably think you're like hypochondriac. So they're like trying to calm you
which I
down, saying you
am.
don't need a CT scan. Like they probably think you were going to come at them like, blah, 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 blah. I need this, this, and this.
No, she wasn't saying it like that.
Huh.
I don't think she thought that because I wasn't like I didn't seem
Back of
stressed.
mind.
I
Yeah.
kept telling them like I don't think I need to be here really,
Yeah.
because I felt
Oh my
uncomfortable.
God.
Anyway, then she leaves. Oh, but she's like, this is the one thing. She was like, well, since you're here, you want to get a tetanus shot? And I was like, sure.
Wow. That's great if you
I
ever step on a rusty nail.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm actually so happy about it because, well, in my head, by the way, I thought she meant rabies shot because I really, really want to get a. Well, they don't, there's no rabies vaccine. It's just, I don't think you understood. Do you know what happens if you, a quick side note, do you know what happens when you get rabies as a human?
To be honest, no.
So the
You
most
go
terrifying,
mad? Like mad cow disease or no?
no. What happens is, first of all, the most terrifying thing about rabies is once you start showing symptoms, it's usually too late. Like there's only like one case of rabies like actually being cured after showing symptoms. Don't quote me on that, but I did a lot of research on it recently, and I think that's true. But maybe I don't know if it's one case. I really think it's one
Unlikely.
case.
Yeah,
Um,
wow.
and the way that rabies affects you is I forgot the actual, maybe it's like hydrophobia or something. You develop like a fear of drinking water because rabies makes you feel like you can't swallow. And so like you basically like slowly like die of like dehydration, and then you go into a coma, and like you're just like, yeah, I mean, you do lose your mind a little bit. Like you're not all
Yeah.
there. You're freaking, it just is the worst thing. So anyway, I in my head was like, I thought I was getting a rabies vaccine, even though I know that's not a thing. And why isn't it a thing? They should make a rabies vaccine. They have like, if you get bit by something, you obviously go in and get a rabies shot. But I Ducky gets a rabies vaccine. Why can they not make
It
one for a
must
human?
just be, yeah, it must just be because it's not that common in humans. Otherwise, it would.
Well, I'm just scared shitless to get rabies.
Yeah.
Because, like, it can happen, like, obviously Cleo and Luna are up to date on their rabies too, but, like, there was this, like, little girl who died because her cat bit her. Or no, her cat, she got a cut on her hand and her
Uh-huh.
cat licked it. Rabies, dead.
That's awful.
Anyway, and, like, sometimes I do stop and, like, pet stray cats.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, how would I even know until I start showing symptoms? Anyway,
It's an
wasn't a
awful
rabies
thought.
vaccine. It was a tetanus shot, but still, I guess usually you get your last one right before college. So she was like, you're probably due for one soon. So I'm just glad to be up to date on tetanus because that's also something that I'm staring. My biggest fear is sepsis. I'm staring at this sign like 1 in 3 sepsis cases in the hospital cause death. And I'm like, yeah, no
You and a
shit.
hospital is just not a good combo.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, I feel like it will really get your gears going of what could
no,
possibly
I
happen.
always, I'm aware of sepsis already. I think about it often.
Mhm. Yeah, but
Like,
when it's like in your
I'm
face.
scared shitless of sepsis.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, then this guy comes in and he's also younger than us, probably. And this just also, he was like, okay, I'm gonna clean your wound. And I'm like, there's like a tiny, I have like a small cut and there's a tiny bit of blood on my nose. I understand he has to do it. He's learning. This is a great opportunity for him. But I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. So he looks at it and he's like, actually, I need more supplies. So he leaves the room. And I'm like,
Oh.
what possible more supplies could you need? And then he is like cleaning it off with saline. Then he does like a rinse, and the water is like dripping on my face. And he's like wiping the water off me. It just felt rather intimate because it was like a young man. And then um, yeah, then basically he put Neosporin and a band-aid on and was like, well, that's all for me. And I was like, okay.
Okay, thank you.
And then it was time for the goddamn x-ray. So they sent me back into the waiting room. It's like not a super crowded night at the ER. Like there were only 2 people in front of me, but I'd say there were like 15 people in the waiting room, maybe.
Okay.
But honestly, the security guard was kind of handsome, and he just had like a really like his vibe was something like I felt a bit nervous around him. And then uh yeah, 2 people our age or younger come with, it's not even a wheelchair. It's like this just creepy chair on wheels. And they're like, okay, uh we're gonna take you back to the x-ray room now. And I'm like, can I please not sit? And like, is there any way I can
You actually
walk?
said that? You
Yeah,
genuinely said that.
I said, am I good to walk?
Yeah.
And they said, we would really prefer if you didn't. And so obviously, like, I'm not gonna make a scene. So I
Yeah.
sit in this chair, and this guy who I think is definitely younger than us is pushing me in the chair, and he's huffing and puffing. He's like,
Okay, drama.
oh my god, am I that heavy? This is just too much. And it's like I said I would walk. I really did.
Oh
Anyway,
my God.
then they take me back to the x-ray and they were definitely like training to be x-ray techs. So like they were like learning how to position me in the x-ray.
Mhm.
Then they wheel me back out, back into the waiting room. And then I go back in. Moral of the story, nose isn't broken. And then I just like walk out feeling really weird. I just like that was
And they let
super
you
weird
walk
of
out
me.
like nothing's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
security guard, like, I feel like he gave me a weird look. Maybe that was in my head. It all just like, it just felt inappropriate. Like the whole thing was just like, what? And then I just went home and I felt weird.
And did you still have a band-aid on? I see you've taken
No,
it off.
I took the band-aid off. Actually, even before the X-ray.
Oh wow. That's so
Yeah.
rude to the poor guy that cleaned your nose and
Well,
applied a band-aid.
I didn't
What if
need a
they
band.
then scold him and they're like, really, you should have applied bandages? He, and then he's like, well, I did, though like the patient didn't have a bandage on.
This was completely different,
No, I'm
like
saying like they could
sector.
scold him.
No, this was a completely
Oh,
different
I see.
sector,
Okay.
though.
Okay.
He wasn't part of the X-ray team. Anyway, humiliating. Those are my two updates. Yeah, last update. My cousin actually just texted me. He must be boarding his flight. Um,
I do have some bad news
he
for
has his
you.
swimsuit on already, so we're good to go. What's your bad
That's
news?
so cute. I just want to say one thing. Embarrassing things, or they say really anything, comes in three.
Yeah, someone messaged me actually. Someone DM'd me and they said, first the first the World Market incident, then the ER, what's gonna be the grand finale?
Yeah. That's kind of like the whole time you were telling this, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, usually things like this come in three.
Well, I'm not a concert girl. Like, uh,
That actually was my first thought, but I didn't want to
yeah,
bring it up.
I'm not a concert girl strictly because of like I don't even know if I want to share this. I stopped enjoying concerts after I had a situationship and my heart was broken by someone who performed in concerts, not who anyone's thinking of.
It's not who anyone thinks.
Some,
And can I just talk about a little moment that happened in Pilates?
yeah,
At
yeah.
the end of I don't know, you can obviously cut this if it's too far.
No,
At
it's
the
fine.
end of the class the other day, so the instructor always takes a full song for like stretching and does like a guided stretch. And it was really intimate. There were only three of us, and it was like silent. And all of a sudden, like this slow reverb acoustic version of one of his hit essentially,
Yeah.
starts playing. It was just like so intimate and like really focusing on the vocals. And I'm just like sitting there cracking up to myself
Yeah.
because the phone, like, because I was just imagining like him in the room. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
And
really
I was like, if
shocking.
Callie was here right now, I really don't know what she would do. Like, I really simply don't know because
Yeah,
I've
that's
never heard
really.
him in a workout class. That was just,
I've
yeah.
heard him once in Pilates one time.
All right,
Um,
I guess you and me both now. Anyway, it was just like
yeah.
too much.
No, yeah, that is way too much. Um, but yeah, so it's kind of I feel I had this whole thing with him where I wanted to be really cool. And so cuz I thought he was so cool. It's it's hard for me to talk about. This
Wait,
was years ago.
yeah, yeah. So then she basically decided that to go to a concert is uncool because he
Yes,
doesn't go to a concert, he performs a concert. But the
exactly.
reality is, you are not a singer, so it's not
Oh,
uncool for you to
that's the
go.
most
I know I
embarrassing
don't.
thing though. That is, thank you for bringing that up.
Yep.
One of the first times we hung out, I like wasn't thinking really, and
I will never get over this.
we were just chatting. I don't even know how this came up, but I was like, yeah, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a famous singer. And I just that pains me to this day. Like what?
Yeah.
Cuz like
Imagine his ego in that moment.
he has the biggest ego. Like anyway,
Concert
and then
tonight.
after I said it, I was like, but yeah, tonight I'm like, maybe something embarrassing is gonna happen tonight. I don't know what it could be. What,
I
he's gonna
guess
be
you'll
there?
have to update.
And
Yeah, I
he's
was
gonna
just
be
gonna say.
like, oh, you don't have
It's sad.
VIP seats? Like, oh, I'm going backstage. I'm only here. Yeah,
No,
because
it's
I
gonna
know
be
the
great.
artist. He
Yeah,
doesn't have
literally. Oh,
t-shirts.
you're friends with him?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what he'd say.
exactly what he would say.
Yeah.
Oh, you're friends with him too? Yeah,
Oh, anyway, I hope that you have
that
a
is a.
fabulous night, and I cannot wait to hear the third thing that happens.
Let's not manifest that. Thank you very much.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Anyway, updates on your end? You have a trip coming up. I'm so
I have
jealous.
quite the busy week coming up. First update, you actually inspired me. It's so
Oh
embarrassing because
shit.
my self-tan like hands, I'm mortified to show, but if you are watching, I officially got um, short nails that are French, and I think I'm getting this all summer. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
it
doing anything
feels
else.
so good.
Not even the short, just like also you did inspire
Yeah.
the short, but the French, I've never gotten a square nail and I love it. Like I always
Yeah.
get, because I feel like if I'm paying to get my nails done, I should get an extension, but no, this is like
Yeah.
incredible.
I do
Um,
natural round. I don't like square on my body.
I for some reason love it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, um,
No, it's epic.
and what was I just gonna say about that? Oh, other epic thing. So the place on Nantucket has fiberglass. I got it years ago, actually before we went to Turks and Caicos.
Fiberglass for your nails?
Yes, and it lasts forever. Like I remember those
Never
Turks and
heard of
Caicos
that.
nails last over. It's also called a hard gel overlay, but they literally
Mm.
lasted over a month. Turns out my nails were perfect for over a month. My Pilates instructor actually was like, "Wow, Celia, your nails look amazing," and they were literally 4 weeks old.
Wow.
For like obviously grown out, but it's crazy. So anyhow,
But
just
the
wild.
point is you didn't get that this time.
No, I did. This is that.
Oh, got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Got it.
Point is, it's like the best discovery of all time. So if you are able to get fiberglass or hard gel overlay, it's actually incredible.
I'd be
Like
worried I would
mind blowing.
consume the glass.
Well, I don't know. It's a risk you have to take. But anyway, my upcoming week is pretty crazy. I Another reason why we're recording an episode in advance because I'm gone all next week. I'm going to my nana's, and then I'm going to New York to go into the office, and then I'm going to New Jersey to Emily's, and then I am going on Emily's bachelorette. And oh yes, okay. When this will come out, I'll be there. So I can say this. I made her because I
You
felt
didn't even
awful.
say where you're going.
Oh, I'm going to the Bahamas. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Yeah. I've
It's
only
gonna be
been to the
so
Bahamas
fun.
once to the same resort. It's like multiple hotels in one resort.
I think all the hotels are connected in the Bahamas, basically.
Okay, then that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
I
yeah.
you also went there, right? When you were?
I don't know. I can't remember where we stayed. I think we stayed at SLS, but they're all
Yeah, so it's
connected.
Baha Mar, SLS, and Rosewood, and they're all connected.
Yeah.
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 Um, but it's crazy because when I went, it was like the same time of year. But I remember I haven't even looked at the weather, honestly, but it was UV12 when I went last time, so I'm really hoping
Epic.
it's that vibe and then I'll get like a good tan for summer and then come back and feel amazing. But oh, what I was gonna say that I'm so excited about. Okay, so Emily is one of my best friends, obviously, and I didn't get to go to her bridal shower or her engagement party, and I felt awful about that. So I made her, I can say this, I think, because obviously she'll open it by the time that we're here, but I made her this like bridal box. And I'm
Oh,
so excited to give it to
cute.
her. And I am now addicted. This is my update.
What's
Addicted
in
to
the
Etsy.
box?
I, yeah, I guess I can just say it all. So I am addicted to Etsy and customizing things.
Yeah.
Um, and basically,
Oh, I
I
think you told me
made,
one thing you put in it.
well,
Just go
I will
on.
tell you quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got her one of those like Kylie Jenner cups that's like bedazzled with her new initials. It
Oh,
says E and
cute.
C. Yeah.
Cute.
Instead of like her old initials. And then it's all like blue and white theme and a little like champagne to put in it. And then I got her a candle that
Are you
says,
checking your bag
well, I'm giving this all to her, like just us
before you
two.
go? Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Like it's not going on the Bachelorette or anything. I think that like that is left to the maid of honor and whatnot. Like we did plan a few surprises. I don't want to like say it on here because I feel like it's gonna be out, but it will be after the fact.
It won't be
Um,
out for 2 Fridays.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I got her that, and then I got her these custom matchboxes that say like their wedding date, and that's amore. She's
Cute.
Italian and like loves that vibe. And then I got her a candle that says her husband's name is one lucky son of a bitch.
Oh, I
I think
love
she'll like
that.
it. It's just
Yeah,
like
that's
funny things.
funny.
And then I got her this sweatshirt that says Mrs. with her new, like, some of them are kind of cringe, but they're also just so fun. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
I actually don't think it's cringe. I take it back. I think she'll love it. It says
yeah,
Mrs., her new last name. And then I got her way back when with my discount, a pair of heels and a bag and she keeps
cute.
sending me bags that are like so similar. And I'm like, oh, I don't really like it because I've been waiting to give her this for so long. But the box I made like after the fact. So
Got it.
yeah. Anyway, I just like it was so fun to put together. And I think she's going to freak out because she has no idea,
Yeah, that's
obviously.
so
So
fun.
yeah, that's like my main thing that
That's
I'm
how
excited
long are
about
you
right now.
going?
Um, 4 days.
That's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. Literally, our only plans are to go to the beach and go to dinner.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
I know.
nice. That's
Yeah.
gonna be so fun.
No, I know. It doesn't even feel like it's happening because I have to go into the office first and like do the whole New York thing. But once we're there, I like literally can't wait.
All right, well, I guess getting into decentering men. Um,
Hmm.
I feel like, look, if you want to have a good summer, I don't care if you're in a relationship or not, men should never be the center of your life. You should never, ever, ever rely or seek happiness from a man. Like you need to find it's the only way to be happy. I'm sorry, but it
Yeah.
truly is.
And this sunk in for me start of summer, first weekend of summer.
First weekend of
Biggest real.
summer to you. We have a disagreement about this.
Okay,
Actually, the
Memorial Day
first the
weekend.
first day of summer is in 2 days. It's June 19th right
Okay.
now. It will be summer June 21st.
Okay. Well, on
If we go
Memorial
by
Day
the
weekend,
calendar and the actual rules
in
of the world.
Celia's calendar, the first day of summer, or first weekend. Um, do you mind if I just delve right in?
Till then, I think this is a key
Okay.
story.
This will just kind of set the scene for the episode. So it just was like an eye-opening moment for me, like an aha moment. So setting the scene, we're on Nantucket, Fagawi weekend, and basically there was this group that we hung out with, and my friend, it was like some of her friends, and we kind of thought we'd be hanging out with them like a lot during the weekend. And we were kind of like, we waited actually in line at the brewery to get in because they were in there and a bunch of people. Like that was always our plan to go. It wasn't because of them, but like they were in there, whatever. And we basically never went in. We had like an awful sort of feeling. And my sister was like, you can't do this. She was like, we could literally be having such a good time. We have a group. Like we could be doing our own thing, going out somewhere else. And
Yeah.
instead, you're just like so annoyed because men let you down per usual.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when
No,
I
and it
realized
ruined
like,
your whole weekend.
I don't want to say ruin my whole weekend, but yes, like we definitely centered men. And it was like, they're, this
You
is
were
the
not
realization
happy.
that I had. No, and this is the realization I had. Men don't do this.
Yeah.
They're in there having a grand old time.
Yeah.
They're not sitting around like, wondering or asking or like where we are. Like men simply, they're out there playing a game, drinking, doing whatever they do. I don't really know, but they are not sat around like thinking about, like maybe they're daydreaming about a woman, but like if they like someone, they'll just text them. They're not
Yeah.
like centering their plans around what a woman might be doing.
Yeah. No,
Majority
and
of.
when we were talking about this the other day, it's not going to sound as profound the second time I say it,
Mm.
but I've just got to say it again since we cut it out of last week's episode. Uh, the most shocking thing is that men also center men. Like the whole world is centered by men.
Yeah.
And that is like it's just like whoa.
Not
Feel like
anymore,
I'm
ladies.
yeah, no, seriously. But no, I feel like I've gone through phases of my life where I have centered men and not centered them. But
Mm-hmm.
I think, and this is like part of my issue, is whenever I'm in a relationship or talking to someone, I
Mm-hmm.
do base my happiness on them. And I think that's like, I've never been in a healthy relationship either, but I do think like that's like very harmful because if you guys are in an
Extremely.
argument or things aren't going well or you're waiting for a text back, like it will literally ruin my entire day. And it's just like, for what? For
I
why?
know.
And
We're
like,
all fall victim to it though, and it's
uh,
just like enough. I'm
and
saying the enough
like,
self, like it is enough.
yeah, no, and when I went through my most recent breakup, and I feel like every single time I go through a breakup, I do this,
Mm-hmm.
but like after like the breakup happens, I like get so frantic and I'm like, I need to get another relationship now. Like I refuse to be single and I feel so panicked about it that like I just like I'm like on Hinge like crazy, on Raya like crazy. I literally like was spending so much time scrolling through Hinge. It was making me feel so much worse. I was like, what the
Mm-hmm.
hell? And then like as I got further and further away from the breakup and got back to like being my normal self, now I like don't even really ever open Hinge or Raya like occasionally, but it's not something that maybe like once a week. And it's just like I don't feel this like, and this happens every time, but like I feel so desperate that I need to get into another relationship and then it just hits me, holy hell, like I can actually just be happy with myself. And I really think like the universe is not going to bring the right person to me until because I always say I feel happy with myself and then relationship, boom. And then I'm just like basing my happiness on another person. So
I
I
think that's
really need,
valid though because you get a taste of like how good you feel in a relationship.
yeah, no, that's true. Um, yeah, but I actually felt
No, it's
terrible. My last relationship, I
no,
don't think
I'm
I
not
ever
saying
felt
you felt good,
happiness.
but you wanted like okay, maybe the
Yeah,
first couple of weeks of like the excitement of getting into one, whatever.
yeah, like the first
Um,
week.
okay, whatever. I was trying to make it better.
Yeah, but no, but like now, like I'm fully back to just like it really all goes back to like being your own best friend, which sounds like cheesy, and like also caring about like, because I don't want to say like, oh, surround yourself with like all your friends and stuff, because like sometimes there's phases of my life I've been through where like I don't have any friends, and then I hear people be like, yeah, like don't focus on men, hang out with your friends, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, well, what am I supposed to do? So like I don't want to say that. Like that's why I really think it's like just important. Like I think the key to like decentering men or even just like really decentering yourself from like you shouldn't base your happiness on like any external factors. Like you should be
Yeah.
able to be like happy within. And I think that like the way you achieve that is by just being happy with yourself.
And you know what?
What?
Literally, social media has made life so hard to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I need to check myself
Yeah.
because, for example, like Memorial Day weekend, Fagawi on Nantucket, there's so much like pressure to be out. It's a see and be seen. And like I can see what everyone else is doing on social media.
Oh, trust me, I
And
was
it's like,
inside by myself on Memorial Day weekend.
no,
That felt
yeah,
weird.
but like if we didn't have social media, like that wouldn't even, I do love social media. I'm not like
I
slapping on
also
it,
just
but
hate a holiday. I
it's
mean,
like,
come on.
no, but for real, it's
Seriously.
like there's so much pressures to be X, Y, and Z. And
Yeah.
like, if you just actually focus, this goes back to what my sister Britta said. If you just focused on what you do have, the people you have around you, and you have fun with them, then like people are going to be thinking that way about you. Like, I
Yeah.
need to just, you know what I mean? You need to
Or
just
if you
actually
don't
enjoy yourself.
have if you don't have people around you, like me on Memorial Day weekend, like
Yeah.
still enjoy. Like I was like, I actually was having a blast. I had wine, I got pizza, I was watching Lifetime movies and like just like chilling, enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And you
No,
know
I'm not
what?
saying you need people
As
around
of
you, but
no, I'm just saying for
sorry.
the people who might not have people around them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, myself. I don't have Fourth
Yes,
of July plans yet. I don't.
wait, I thought you did this year.
No, I don't.
Oh, I'm just with my family. but I'm actually really looking forward to it.
If I don't have 4th of July plans
She'll have a full-on
soon,
crash out.
no, I just hate
So
holiday. I
kidding.
always say this, but I hate holidays that
Yeah.
force you to feel like you need to be doing something. If I don't have 4th of July plans soon, I'm gonna head up to Tahoe for the weekend or
Why
whatever it
wouldn't you do
is.
that? Oh my God, that would be like ideal 4th of July.
Yeah, I need to make
Just
sure.
saying.
I need to make sure people are gonna be there. I'm sure my grandma will be there no matter what. I could spend it with her.
I think that would be ideal 4th of July. But
Yeah,
you might be stressed because you're coming to me the next week.
I know. I'd have to literally go just for just for the. And I mean, really, I feel like 4th of July with the events of everything going on should be canceled this year. Like, I think anyone like really actively
I don't think
not
anyone's celebrating well, some people are, but
a
I don't
lot of
think
people do.
okay, well that is not what 4th of July is to me, but it is a sacred
Yeah,
holiday, just not for
but you
American
do know
things.
4th of July is to celebrate America.
Obviously, I know that. Obviously. Okay,
But
I have
yes,
another topic.
it's an excuse to drink.
Yes.
It's not actually celebrating. So if you see Celia
I
out
think
celebrating 4th of July, you probably won't see me celebrating because I probably won't have plans. But just know she's only partaking in it to drink, not
yes.
to celebrate America.
And you won't really see me out celebrating because I won't be with my family in Mattapoisett. But
Yeah.
yes, I will be posting.
Yeah. No, the
But it
only
won't
way
be
you
about
do it,
America.
yeah.
It'll be like the
It's
start of summer.
in a Lana Del Rey way. Well,
What?
before you change the subject, I have something else to say. I feel like you're changing the subject.
Well, I have something
Um,
to say.
yeah, basically another thing though that really just like I had the most before I had my weird ER visit yesterday. I just had the most beautiful, perfect day by myself, and like times like that really make me realize like, wow, I actually do not need like I do not need anyone or anything to make me happy. Like I can just the sun was shining. I went to Pilates and then I had this genius idea because my gym is in Marina Del Rey and
Mhm.
I like to go. Now I am completely a Hermosa girl, not Manhattan Beach girl. I still love Manhattan Beach, but Hermosa is just so much more pleasant. You don't have to freak out about parking. It's a really
Yeah.
good burrito place. And like the beach isn't crowded. I don't know why. Like Celia and I used to always stress out if we couldn't park right next to the Manhattan Beach Pier, and now I'm just like, why? Why did we need? I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Shellback's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to the beach, or no, I went to Pilates, then I went to the gym, then I steam roomed, then I rinsed off at the gym. I used the showers there, changed into my bathing suit, hopped in the car, picked myself up a sandwich, walked down to the beach, and just read my book on the beach by myself. I swam in the ocean for like an hour by myself. And it was just like I literally had the best day. And the whole
That
point
sounds
of that
perfect.
is
Yeah.
like you can just have a good day by yourself. You do not need a man
Oh
in
my God, no.
like to be obviously at some point I would like a man accompanying me
Mm,
sometimes, but I just think like it's like I'm gonna have an awesome summer because I'm having fun alone, whether there's
period.
a man next to me or
Also,
not.
in those moments, I just feel so amazing, to be honest. Like going to the beach
Hmm.
by myself, I just feel like I am that girl. I don't know how to explain it. But in those moments, like, I don't know how to explain it. But
Yeah.
when you were describing it, I was imagining what it felt like, and it feels great. Another point about decentering men
Go ahead.
that also is eye-opening for me. By the way, all these points are like they might sound like common knowledge, but like when you're in the middle of centering men and then you hear these points, it's like an aha, like wow
Yeah.
moment. So apologies if this feels common knowledge to you, and if this is an aha moment for you, then I'm so happy that it got through the way it got through to me. Um, but basically, I just had this realization, like, imagine you are like trying so hard to see a man or whatever. That's not attractive.
Oh, not at all.
Like, if
It,
they want to see you, they will. And if you're
yeah.
basing your plans or day or whatnot around like a man or a group of men or something, like it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's
Like
humiliating.
that is not to them. That's like desperate. Oh, I can easily hang out with them. Like I'll just take advantage and hang out with them whenever. You know,
Yeah. No,
just
it
being
makes,
honest.
yeah. If you're always available to hang out with a man, like,
Seriously, it's like you have to have your own life and be confident in your own self. That is what makes someone attractive, in my opinion. And might I just add, obviously, I do want to get married and I do want a partner and I do
oh,
like I
same.
we both want all of that. It's not to say men suck, we hate men. We're never speaking to a man. It's just like if you're
I
in that
think,
circle where you're stuck and you're just
yeah.
feeling like disappointed without or relying happiness upon a man, this is a good episode for you.
Yeah, I don't think the universe will award at least me, myself, a
Mm,
husband, like I said, until I prove, like,
yeah,
I'm
for real.
fine without one. Because I'm not gonna lie, like while I have like decentered men from
Mhm.
my life, I think pretty well, have I decentered the concept of marriage and children? No.
I don't think you should though. Like that is
No, but like
something to
obviously I
aspire
want
to.
that, but I have a desperate energy towards that. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
scared shitless that I'm never gonna get married.
Yeah,
And it makes
we
me
all have
sick
those
to my
moments.
stomach. So like I think I also like I need to be comfortable with the idea of not ever getting married.
I disagree. I really think that's going too far.
Okay. Because
I'm
I
just
don't think
saying,
I can ever reach that point.
no, I'm just saying, like, I think it's definitely okay to know what you want in life and work towards it.
You can't
I
really
don't,
work towards getting married.
you can work towards yourself and who you want to be in a marriage, and then when the person arrives, I don't know.
I'm great in relationships.
Yeah, obviously, I'm
No
not
one
saying you're
who's
not.
dated me would say I am, but I actually really am. I've just dated people who are unkind. And
Yes, this is true.
you know what? I'm pushed to a point.
Yeah. At least you know now what you, yeah, you've got strong boundaries as to what you want and don't want.
I have super strong boundaries.
Yeah. I the last thing I'll say really quick about decentering men too is just to completely like I know we've said like completely lean in on to yourself, but I've had so much fun as of late like leaning into hobbies and bettering myself. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's we always are on here yapping about that, but like seriously,
No.
genuinely lean in and like create routines for yourself. Like I have been saying like this is my slow June because all I'm doing is like working on my own routine, going on walks, going to work out, showing up for myself. I feel like we've probably said this in a million episodes, but like when you do that, you're so busy, you have no time to worry about a man.
Yeah, something that I'll always, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I know the Wizard Liz is under some heat right now, but I will never forget how she said one time that if you find yourself worrying about a man throughout the day, you are not busy enough. That is embarrassing. You should look at your own life and wonder why you have the time to be worrying about a man.
Ameneth.
That really hit me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
Mind blown. And it was at a time like a year and a half ago when I was just like so stressed over it, man.
Hmm. I know the man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy. But all goes to say, you do not need a man or anything to make you happy. I think that's the key to life is just to like, because also like, this is like on a different note, but like, yes, buying things makes me happy, but like, that is like a quick dopamine rush and then it's over. And then
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah, buying
I
things does
feel
genuinely
like
make me happy, I hate to
I know,
say.
same. But then if I'm like sad about something, then I'll still feel sad later. Like I feel like the key is just learning to like
By the
regulate.
way, this is a different topic, but I really I think I am a shopaholic
I am too.
because it actually brings me joy.
No, I am too.
And
I'm a
like I count
terrible.
down the days until my paycheck
Yeah.
so I
No,
can treat myself.
I'm definitely a shopaholic. But
Like the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic. Like I actually think it's gotten to the point where I am a shopaholic.
I am too,
Yeah.
especially with Home Goods. I actually feel embarrassed because I go to Home Goods like so often, like multiple
Like
times a
embarrassed by the
week.
employees. I thought you were gonna say a day.
No, well, yeah, I did go twice the other day, but I had to. Yeah,
Why?
kind of. I was in the area
You had to? Excuse me, why?
because the Home Goods that I like to go to, quite frankly, is 30 minutes away. And so if I'm in the area twice in one day,
You have to. That's
yeah,
that's a shopaholic.
I went yesterday. I go at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And the
Just to
thing that,
browse, like no intention of what you're getting.
yes,
Okay, I'm not
because
judging
like,
you. We just have such different styles of shopaholism. Because
yeah,
you will do this, yeah, just go in and just be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get stuff." I like literally have documents of
oh,
things that I'm waiting to purchase.
congratulations, Miss
No, it's also so bad.
Organized
No,
Shopaholic.
but it's so
I'm
bad
just
because the documents just
blowing
keep
money, and
going.
yours is so intentional.
No, but
Good
I'm
for
also just
you.
blowing like it's also like a major problem. It's just hilarious that they're like so different.
Yeah.
They're both
No,
very like
I mean, like, I always will have, like, sometimes when I go into Home Goods, like, yesterday I was like, well, I went in the day before and bought, like, a lamp and some frames and some candlesticks because I was unhappy with my mantle. And then I was like, yesterday, I was like, you know what? Oh, I had to make a return of something yesterday, actually. And I have to make a return today, too. I have to go today. I'm
Hmm.
not sure when I'll fit that in, but
Let me just tell you, like you don't have to go today. Your return isn't expired. You could go today.
yeah, but it's like really bothering me. It's this rug I got for my kitchen that I wanted to work so well, and it just like didn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was like, oh, well, I should get some candlesticks for my bathroom, like some more. And oh, yeah, I was buying a silver tray the other day. I bought a bench the other day. I just like, yeah, it Home Goods does. But you know what? Is that so wrong that Home Goods brings me happiness?
No, it's not wrong whatsoever.
Oh, but what I was saying is I always usually bring Ducky. And so I
Mhm.
feel like the two of us are pretty like recognizable. Like
Yeah, for
one
sure.
thing if I went by myself, but I'm the girl who always has her dog with her in the cart. And before anyone says, I get comments all the time of people being like, "Why the hell did you bring your dog here?" In LA, like I understand and I don't do this. Like when I go home, it's not acceptable. In LA,
I
people
think it
bring
would be
their
fine.
in restaurants, no, in Target, no,
Oh,
they're like
I thought
really
you meant
cracking down on it.
in Target.
Actually, I think Home Goods allows animals. Like they have a whole thing about that. But
Hmm.
my whole point being, I always get comments or like, yeah, I had people were like, "Why would you bring your dog into a restaurant?" Um, like acting like they're so angry. I would just like to say, everyone in LA brings
Yeah,
their dog everywhere. It's not
LA
just
is
me.
very dog friendly.
I would not
It's
do it if it was
well, yeah.
like a lot of places like it's basically even if a place says it's not allowed, it's allowed. Like they let dogs, you can basically
It's
bring your dog
fully. I
anywhere.
would say there are more people with dogs than without at restaurants when there's
Like a
outdoor
guy
seating.
brought his dog to iWorks the other day. You can literally like you can bring your dog anywhere here.
Yeah, I don't even know why that. Yeah,
Oh, excuse me. It's actually called Lens Crafters.
you have been excused. But yeah, yeah, no. Ducky lives a great LA life with his veneers and all.
Yeah, he does. Though I'm not bringing him to the beach anymore for multiple reasons. Number one, I
That's heartbreaking for him.
he loves the beach, but it's so much more pleasant for me to not bring him. He keeps himself busy because he just like watches his ball and waits for other people to throw it, and they do throw it to him all the time. But like yesterday, I just was able to lay my head down and not worry about him at all. It's also
Mhm.
getting to the point where I think it's too hot for him to be there, and he refuses to drink water when we're at the beach because he's so focused on his ball. Even if we've been there for like half an hour, he won't drink water, and that just stresses me out a bit because I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
And the biggest thing, dogs aren't allowed.
yeah, that's the biggest thing. So this is a bummer because out Topanga, like they do like it's not a dog beach, but it is like everyone has their dog there, and it's like a little cove, so like I don't even feel like I really have to worry at all. But at Hermosa in Manhattan, apparently as of recently, they've been handing out like a shit ton of tickets because they're really trying to enforce no dogs. Like before, I feel like last summer they did not care at all, but apparently they're really cracking down at this summer. And the
So
lifeguard came up to me and he was like, just letting you know, like, I don't care that you have your dog here, but there are police going around giving tickets, just so you know. And it's a $250 ticket. I'm just like, bro.
crazy.
And
All
did
right.
have I confessed that maybe this is a good time to confess something? I don't know. It's just
Let's
speaking
spit
of
it out.
tickets. So I have a confession to make, and it makes me sick to my stomach, and sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it. Um, I have so many parking tickets, and basically the reason that I haven't paid any of my parking tickets, basically last year, a year and a half ago, I got like a ticket in Laguna, and it was when hadn't gotten my like legit plates on yet. I still had temporary plates, and you were actually with me.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I remember this. Remember when we
And
almost got a ticket for drinking on the beach?
yeah.
God, what is up with all these tickets for this,
No,
tickets for
I'm
that,
actually
tickets to
scared
you?
shitless that Hermosa and Manhattan are going to start cracking down on that. That's the day I'll be pissed off because it does say no drinking.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
can't you just put a little drink in a like Stanley or something? Is that what they're even called? Why does that sound so weird?
Yeah,
A
I don't.
Yeti? A Yeti.
Yeah, you could put it in a disguisable cup, yes, but that takes
Hydro
the
flask.
enjoyment out of it. Because I actually bought these things at Home Goods or World Market the other day.
Mm.
They're like little mini bottles of wine, but then like this reminded me just because remember all the times we've gone to the movies and then we don't have a cup and then we have to put it in like a paper cup because they won't give us
Mm-hmm.
the wine cup. Life hack, get mini wine for the movie, bring your own food. And it used to always piss me off when my mom would like buy the candy before we got to the movies. It's the same candy and it
Yeah.
is so much cheaper, and especially bringing your own wine in. Anyway, these little mini wines at World Market have a cup on top. So it's like that
Oh,
comes like a
amazing.
little plastic cup.
That's
So
amazing.
I'd love to bring that to the beach.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious though. But honestly,
I don't see
getting
them ever caring about that. That would be
no, I
nuts.
don't either. But
Oh,
what I was
wait, can
gonna
I?
say,
Yeah, I
it's just about
go
the
ahead.
cup.
Yes,
It's really
sure.
not that deep at all. I just back to the beginning. Ever since I got Emily that cup, I want ones for myself so badly. It's
Get
yeah,
one.
it brings a little bit of attention because it's entirely bedazzled, but it is so fun to hold.
Yeah, I have
Like
a
so fun.
bedazzled Dunkin' cup. I'm just scared to
Unreal.
bring it anywhere because I,
But like
I
imagine you're
just,
on a beach with a bedazzled cup. Like it's just so
yeah.
fun. I don't know.
Now I'm
Anyway,
like, should I maybe I'll put some lemonade in my Dunkin' cup today?
if I had that, I would be bringing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Like my dream right now is a bedazzled anything.
Yeah. But the whole point being, I've got myself in a hole because yes, I could easily probably figure out what my temporary plate numbers were. But since then I've gotten further tickets with my actual plates. That I
Yeah.
could easily figure out. Thing is, I haven't paid either of them. And at this point, it's been so long, I just don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm in
Because
that
I
boat a little bit
know
too.
I've been like crazily fined for not paying them, I'm sure. Celia's
Yeah,
in the same position.
same boat.
But I was talking to someone the other day and they were like, no one pays parking tickets in LA. And then they were like, you just don't have
LA is
to.
a wild la
And
la
I'm like, how do you
land.
not have to pay your? I mean, no one's cracked down on me yet.
I know, 5 hours.
Oh, and by the way, Celia and I were scared to look this up, but I asked someone the other day. I was like, if you get pulled over, will you get arrested? I would be humiliated. Oh my God, what if that's what happens to me this week and I get arrested
Stop.
for
Wait,
for
stop manifesting
well,
this.
I'm not manifesting that.
Oh,
But one of my biggest
and
fears and
Vinny's there. He calls his mom like,
then
"Yo, Callie just got arrested." She's like, "What?"
Oh my God.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. And then I'd have to call someone to pick us up from the station. No, so
Who said he's going with you to the station?
well, the police, he's a minor. They'd have to take him to
Oh,
the
yeah, true.
station.
Poor guy. What a trip.
This is not going to happen, but my fear always in the back of my head is if I get pulled over, will I
Uh-huh.
be arrested because I have so many speeding tickets or not speeding tickets, parking
So are you
tickets?
at the point where like if you see a police is trying to pull you over, you just keep going and you like you start speeding? Like is
No.
that the point you're at or like what point of anxiety are
No,
you at?
because that would rack on many more charges. Though technically you can get away with that too.
Really?
Like I was talking to two instances. Number one, I was talking to my Uber driver about this once because we were on the freeway when there was a police chase, and he was like, "Yeah, sometimes at night I get in police chases just for fun." And he said it's so easy
Um,
because you just like in the dark they can't see you as well. You turn your lights off and then you take an exit. And he was like, "Everyone does it." Like it's just,
okay,
but
who are
like.
you talking to? Everyone business in LA.
The whole point being this woman,
Mhm.
granted, it was just some woman. I haven't actually done any research on it myself. She told me the worst that could possibly happen to me is they'd tow my car.
Okay, not bad, honestly.
But if that happened, I would just say, "Can I just pay it right now, please?" And
Yeah.
they would be like, "No, we've got to go to the station." Well, on that note, I guess we'll wrap things up. But the key is decenter everything and your life will be happy.
Period. All right.
Yeah.
You know what I
So.
cannot stop saying is a Ameneth. It's from Aquamarine.
Oh, I've never heard you say that, but I believe it.
I said it in this episode and I almost just wanted to say it again, but I was like, I need to calm down on that. Anyways, Ameneth.
All right. We love you and we will see you next week.
Bye.